major and specific modifications. Soon, especially for 3-year-old Yetsayan Enriquez Perales. Greetings and welcome to Chant A Psalm A Day. Today is the 29th of January. It's starting off the strong with Psalm 120, and I just want to welcome everyone to Chant A Psalm A Day. I am getting ready to start the spring semester today. So woohoo! Spring semester starts. I know it started for a lot of other college students in different states already. Here at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, we started very late, way after Martin Luther King's birthday and toward the end of the month. So this is our starting date. The psalm today is Psalm 120, and it is called Deliver I, O Jah. I like that. I like that hat. And it's 7 verses today, so it's not a long psalm, and it is making a statement. The statement is to deliver I. So I don't use the word us. I use the word I and I. All of I and I is included in the deliverance. Okay? So I'm not putting myself better than anyone, or no one is better than me. All of I and I as equal in the sight of the Most High. Because the Most High doesn't look at what we're wearing, how we're dressing, if this one looks better than that one. The Most High is looking at our heart. So when we are asking, and the psalm today is stating to deliver I and I, and in that deliverance, they're asking the Lord to deliver I and I. So in the first verse, it starts off, in my distress, I called to the Lord, and he answered me. Who is he? Who is me? Who is I? So when I read the psalm, I include all of I and I, my family, my friends, people who are in a prayer, people who are, out there, and they are looking for the deliverance from stress, from distress. So the first verse starts off, in I and I distress, I call to the Lord. So we shouldn't wait till we get distressed to call to the Lord. We should be calling on the Lord every single minute of the day, in adoration, or in adoring worship. So let's see. Okay, here we go. So I have some folks that are listening other places. Okay, thank you for muting your phones, everybody, if you're calling in live. Okay. So I'm going to ask that my words, my sound, and my meditation is acceptable to the Most High. That my words and my meditation is acceptable. So I have my chanting bowl that wakes everyone up. I have my hawk feather. I'm going into hawk country with my hawk feather. And so let's start. So in my distress, I called to the Lord, and he answered me. So when I translate, I take out the pronouns. Who answered I and I? The Most High, the Almighty, Omnipotent One answered I and I. So, and when we're feeling stressed or distressed, we, call on the Most High. And like spoke just now, we should call on the Most High every single day. Even when I'm walking to work, I'm walking and I'm calling on the Most High to give me strength and guidance to walk to work. So, for those of you who are driving to work, drive safe, walk good, and think good, speak good, and do good works. Okay, so verse number 2. This is Psalm 120. If you're just joining Chant A Psalm, this is Psalm 120. It's a song of ascents, and it is, we're on verse number 2. So, verse number 2, deliver I and I, O Jah, from lying lips, from a deceitful tongue. Oh, Suki now. The psalm is being specific. First is, I'm in distress and I'm calling to the Most High, and the Most High is answering me, I and I. And then the verse 2 goes into specifically why the distress is happening, because lying lips, deceitful tongue. This is really not good. So the psalm is speaking of delivering from basically lying people, lying individuals who tell untruths, who have a deceitful tongue. And when people lie, just lie for little things, they're going to end up lying for big things. And it comes from a mental health perspective. When people are not being truthful, it's something mentally going on that maybe therapy will help, or self-reflection may help. Like, why do you tell untruths, and why are you deceiving? So a deceitful tongue is a tongue that is deceiving, forming words of untruths. Okay, so then the psalm goes into verse number 3. What shall be given to you, and what more shall be done to you, you deceitful tongue? Question mark. So now the psalm is shifting into a question about the lying lips and the untruth, talk. What shall be given to you, and what more shall be done to you? So the deceitful tongue will be given and will be done stuff to. So in verse 4 now, it's speaking of a warrior's sharp arrows with glowing coals of the broom tree. So the broom tree is an ancient tree, and if we look up broom tree, it's in the Bible, and it can grow up to 8 feet tall, making it an excellent source of shade from the hot Middle Eastern sun. So the broom tree is mentioned in 1 Kings chapter 19, verse 1 to 9. We read about the prophet Elijah running from the evil queen Jezebel and finding rest under a broom tree. So the broom tree is quite symbolic in the scripture. And in verse 4, it's talked about with glowing coals of the broom tree. So the broom tree is on fire. It's glowing coals that are burning bright. And these happen to be a warrior's sharp arrows with glowing coals of the broom tree. So the deceitful tongue and the lying lips, all of this is going to end up, burning up. So it's important that we are honest with ourselves and honest with each other. So in verse 5, we look at it's shifting now to, woe to I and I, that I sojourn in Meshech, that I dwell among the tents of Kedar. So the psalm is going into, woe is me, that I dwell in Meshach, and that I live among, the people of Kedar. So if you look and find out what is Meshach and what is Kedar, you get to know what that is. So let me see. Meshech. Meshech in the Bible is a person mentioned, described in Genesis 10 as the son of Japheth, son of Noah. So Meshech in the Bible can also mean the tribe that came from his children or the country where they lived. So we're talking about, um, nation building. And Meshech is in modern Turkey. So there's a place in Europe called Turkey, and in Ezekiel's time, this is an area where that is located. So in verse 5, we're listening to the psalm speaking of woe to I and I that I sojourn, or that I go into these places and dwell among these places. And then in verse 6, it explains what verse 5 means. Too long have I had my dwelling among those who hate peace. So apparently, these places are hateful places. They don't talk about love and kindness. They're just about hate and discriminate and, all of this stuff. So the psalm is now shifting in verse 6 to talking about too long have I lived in, these places where people don't love. They despise love and peace. So in verse 7 now, the psalm is talking and speaking of, I am for peace. When I speak, they are for war. So what does that mean? Let's translate. I and I am about love. That's why we say make love, not war. Make love, hold each other, love each other. It doesn't have to be, all of that, but we need to connect. We need to love each other. Love each other from a distance. Love each other, that's right in front of you. Love your coworkers. Love, and love doesn't mean that you forsake yourself. It means that you are being selfless with your love and sharing it. Okay? Bringing some donuts into your work to your coworkers. Caring about people other than just yourself. So, in verse 7, and we end the psalm, I am for love. However, when I speak, they are for war! Exclamation mark. So the psalm today is quick. It's, Psalm 120, 7 verses we look at, and I end the psalm with Selah, Selah, and Selah again. So in verse 7, when you're talking about love and people are speaking about war, that can be hard. And that's why in the psalm in verse 5, it's like, woe to I and I dwelling among, people who are at war. And this is happening in Ukraine. It's happening in Israel, in Gaza, where war is going on and people are speaking peace in the Middle East, but ones are for war. So we have to get past this peace as the diploma we get in the graveyard, rest in peace, and look at love. Love is really going to be a game changer when it comes to people fighting each other. Once they love themselves, they're more willing to compromise or to have a ending of love, of walking away instead of fighting. So that ends the psalm for today, Selah and Selah again. And the word of the day today is faith. In our Sunday service, the theme of Sunday service yesterday was about keeping the faith and how you have to walk. You can't walk by sight, but by faith. However, what you focus your eyes on is going to build your faith. So focus your eyes on things above, not below. And when we look at the word of the day, faith, I'll read it out for today, Monday, the 29th. I have faith, wonderful bless are on the way. So when you have faith, there's something that's coming down, coming for you with your faith. So let's read what the word faith is expressing today. Bless my word of the day, that is acceptable to the Most High, my words and my meditation. Wishing, and I don't use the word wish, but wishing for wonderful opportunities or looking forward to wonderful opportunities is natural. Imagining how it would feel to have or experience certain things can be a fun pastime. But to welcome these experiences into my life, I must start within my own mind. I use my faith to believe I am God's beloved child in an abundant world, fully deserving of everything it has to offer. In prayer, I deny limitation and affirm prosperity. As I go through life, I notice a lightness and optimism growing in me as I shift my thoughts toward all that I can do and be. That's so powerful. You can be all you can be when you're starting with your mind. All right? My faith is the key to a better, more expansive, adventurous life. I believe, or I know, fun, abundant, and harmonious living is mine. I have faith in God, in the Most High, in the Almighty Jah, and faith in myself as a divine being infinitely blessed. So receive that word of the day. And it's supported by Psalm 26, verse 3. For the steadfast love of the Most High is before my eyes, and I walk in faithfulness to you. So Psalm 26, verse 3 seals up the word of the day, because we have to focus our eyes, for the steadfast love of the Most High should be before our eyes. So that's what we should look at first until something else is revealed to us. But we should be looking for that. The steadfast love of the Most High should be before your eyes, and that you walk in faithfulness to the Most High. So that ends the psalm for today, Psalm 120, and it ends the word of the day, that is faith. Go out there, have faith, focus on the steadfast love of the Most High, and all the distractions, just burn the distractions out and focus on the steadfast love that is of the Most High, that's before your eyes. Have faith. Have a wonderful Monday. Bless your works and bless everyone as they journey out into the world today, that you may be protected with your love and kindness that you show to everyone that you meet. And of everybody who's starting the semester for spring semester, I wish you success. I wish you a safe semester and a successful semester. Go out there, have faith, know that you can do it, because you are a divine being that is filled with the righteousness of the Most High, and you can do it. Love and do good. Selah and Selah again.